I'm Jovana, Senior Technical Evangelist at Atlassian. I specialize in platform engineering and cloud infrastructure, and also in Rovo Dev, and everything to do with improving software development lifecycle. Let's get into it. Now, before we do dive in, let's quickly set the stage. So, why are developer productivity and quality so critical? My favorite explanation to that is that if you invest in your developers, they will have better support creating better product. If you have a better product, your company brings revenue. It's as simple as that. And at Atlassian, we now run Developer Experience Report. And each year, we learn something new. From our 2025 DevX report, we've learned that 99%, so almost every developer, has reported time savings using AI, but still is losing time across software development lifecycle. They're only spending 16% of their time coding, which we all know that's not the friction for developers. The other 84% is where AI tools and assistants have the real market opportunity to change that and improve it. Because really, developers are losing valuable time on non-coding tasks, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Software development is, at its core, a team effort. And our vision at Atlassian is for every software development team to have a teammate that deeply understands their organizational context, as it's captured in the Atlassian ecosystem. From Jira issues through Confluence pages, all the way through the code bases, wherever those code bases live. That teammate should be aware of your engineering history, including past incidents and their resolutions. Now, that intelligent teammate can put all that knowledge to work for you, assisting you wherever you are working, whether that's a terminal, the IDE, the CI/CD pipelines, or maybe even Jira. And that teammate can be Rovo Dev, and I would like to introduce you to it. Rovo Dev is Atlassian's AI-powered agent for developers. It is designed to accelerate software development lifecycle all the way through code planning, code generation, code reviews, and automation of repetitive tasks, and all that at scale. It understands both natural language, but also code, which means you can interact with it wherever you're working. It is powered by Atlassian's Teamwork Graph, which means it's got context of all of your data within the Atlassian ecosystem. Now, of all the places that you can interact with Rovo Dev, my favorite one is the CLI, because it's meeting me where I like to work. It leverages Teamwork Graph, so I can ensure that it has all the right suggestions for me. It's got all my real context, and it knows my business. But let's take a look at it in action. Now, here is a website that I created one time, and we have these speakers that are all wrong. Yep, that is me, Jovana, Senior Technical Evangelist, but that was not my face. What I can do is, I'm gonna ask Rovo Dev to fix this for me. Right now, I've just authenticated with Rovo Dev, I've gone to my Jira issue, and I've literally just copied that issue link and pasted it into Rovo Dev. Rovo Dev is pulling all that information, the description, any other links that I might have added to this issue, just so it can give me the best response it can. Now, it might be leveraging memory file as well, depending on what I had added in that description of the ticket. If I go back and refresh, it's updated, and now all of us kind of look the way we should be looking like. That is Shane, that is Willer, and that was me. Now, one of the cool things is, I can just copy an image, paste it into Rovo Dev, and let Rovo Dev read the image as is, detecting what is it that was on the image so that it can make those changes. It is that intelligent that it will recognize that there are certain things on that image that are not supposed to be there, and it goes on and fixes it. I'm quickly swapping between the two, just so you see that it's actually updated exactly what I highlighted that I need changing on. Next, we've introduced an AI-based code reviewer that is also part of Rovo Dev. On repositories where Rovo Dev is enabled, code reviewer will automatically run after your pull request is created. Code reviewer spends a few minutes analyzing the code changes, and then it comments directly onto your pull request with all the possible recommendations, fixes, and improvements that should be made. It makes comments including feedback and things like bugs and maintainability, readability, security, and so on and so forth. And there are ways to improve your code reviewer and tailor it to your specific organizational needs. Firstly, acceptance criteria. It is designed to bridge the gap between your requirements and your code. Acceptance criteria checks automatically and compares the code in your pull request to the requirements you had in your Jira issue. It's checking if you built exactly what you said you would. Now, you can catch mistakes early with this feature, and we've actually been told by software teams that it has actually saved them a lot of time. Secondly, we have custom instructions that you can set up for your repos. Now, you can teach code reviewer exactly what matters to your organization, to your team, to your code base. Now, every team has unique ways of working and different standards that they want to enforce, and sometimes generic code just doesn't cut it. So, if you teach code reviewer certain standards, design principles, and you feed that to Rovo Dev, every time your pull request is created, what will happen is Rovo Dev will detect, based on these standards, that you are violating those principles. It is described in your standard natural language, so just write in English, plain English, and as long as you commit that into your repo, you should be good to go. Now, we've also launched Rovo Dev in Jira. It is very soon coming to open beta. Temporarily, it's in beta, closed beta, but it is a self-contained AI-driven workflow that helps you tackle work items with efficiency. And let's have a look at a demo. Let's have a look at Rovo Dev in Jira. What this means is you'll be able to trigger Rovo Dev directly from your Jira issue, and even do that at once for a number of your Jira tickets from the backlog. What it does, it opens up an interactive sandbox that looks and feels like VS Code directly within your Jira issue. Now, everything happens autonomously, which means Rovo Dev will work on your issue, it will create a pull request, and it will let you know when there is something for you to review. It will also update the status of that Jira ticket if obviously you're the owner. Now, the benefits of this is, at any point in time, you can also go back and look at all the sessions that you've triggered with Rovo Dev within Jira. Only you have access to this sandbox because it feeds off of your credentials. So security is in place. Now, what it actually happens is opens up a chat with Rovo Dev. If you're not happy with what you see, the changes that it made, you can go back and give it some feedback. And I do encourage you to give it back some feedback if you're not happy with what it's done. Ask it to make more changes, why not? Once you are ready with everything that it's produced, you can go and create a pull request. And this is the stuff that I told you about, having access to all of your sessions at all times. We've also brought Rovo Dev extension into VS Code. So actually, let's get to the video immediately, and then I can walk you through what it actually does. Internet is better this time. Let's go. So connecting your Atlassian cloud side will instantly pull all your Jira tickets that you are assigned to, whether it's in to-do, progress, or in review. Now, you can start working on a Jira issue. Internet is not on my side today. So you can start working on your Jira issue directly from the VS Code. What it does is, it'll open up Rovo Chat. and you can just tell it what kind of stuff you want it to do, attaching the Jira issue to it. It will also send you notifications if anyone has made changes to the Jira tickets that you are following or working on. So if you are working from the VS Code with Rovo Dev, you will be getting notifications at all times. So very similar to Rovo Dev in Jira, very similar to Rovo Dev in CLI. You can talk to Rovo Dev from VS Code. We are working on adding that to JetBrains. Stay tuned. Now, productivity for software teams is increased through automation in Rovo Dev's code reviewer. Automation rules may be created to review pull requests or generate code. Is anyone else experiencing poor internet today? A lot of us are. Okay, great. I'm not alone. I'm not alone in everyone experiencing. Okay, we're just gonna have to roll with it, guys. So, with Rovo Dev and automations, you can enforce organizational code quality standards across teams and repos. So imagine all those code standards that you want to enforce. Now you can apply it to more than just one code base. You can apply it to all of your workspaces. You can also delegate repetitive tasks at scale, letting your team focus on important work. Now, once you set up your coding, security, privacy, or design standards, you can use Rovo Dev to automatically review every pull request against those standards. You can also enter custom instructions for Rovo Dev to use when reviewing your pull request, like I've done just here. And similarly, you can define common coding patterns and use Rovo Dev to automatically generate code for repetitive tasks. So it lives in Jira in multiple ways. You can automate pretty much anything. Now, I'm literally demoing the stuff that I've asked it to do and identify all the sort of logging non-compliant standards that we don't allow, and it's actually done and it told me about the violation. We've also launched the Rovo Dev in pipelines in Bitbucket Cloud as part of Rovo Dev. It diagnoses and resolves CI/CD pipelines, all the failures, and analyzes those failed builds through steps and provides root causes suggesting actionable fixes. Actually, the more you use Rovo Dev and pipelines, the better it gets because it will learn about your failed builds each time. So instead of manually digging through your logs, the troubleshooter surfaces that context for you directly in Bitbucket Cloud. Now, how does Rovo Dev actually stand out from all the other AI coding assistants? Apart from not only being an AI coding assistant, but it does help with all the other 84% of software development lifecycle tasks that I know no one really wants to do. Well, Rovo Dev uniquely connects to Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, but also GitHub, providing context-aware insights across your entire toolchain, leveraging the teamwork graph that connects your Atlassian ecosystem data. Secondly, it is an AI-powered automation across the software development lifecycle. So unlike tools that focus on only code, Rovo Dev does a lot more. Secondly, it is a terminal-first, context-rich experience, which means it is designed to meet you wherever you're working, in the IDE, in the CLI, in Jira, and in the CI/CD pipelines. And it is enterprise-grade security and customization. It lets teams customize workflows, set review standards, but also tailor AI behavior. Thank you so much for listening. If you do have any questions, I will be right behind. Also, I'm at the Atlassian booth, and there's a lot more demos I can do than just this one. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for being patient.